Congratulations to the 2024 NWSL champions, Orlando Pride. They beat Spirit. Also, we can add this to the 2024 NWSL Shield, so they're winning things.
I mean, so pumped for them. Such a dominant season. We've talked about this before. I think the Shield's harder to get, but the championship gets all the glory. This way, they did it all. You can't deny them this year. So excited for them. So happy for MARTA. And yes, Washington Spirit played a pretty good game. It wasn't the most exciting game, only one goal. And we are going to talk about some controversy that happened within the game, but we are pumped. Timestamps down below. We're just going to touch on the game. A little bit of the controversy. And that's it. We are recording this Sunday afternoon. We were going to record this video last night, but we were too excited. The game was too late to record it after. We were too pumped. So I'm not sure when this video is going to go out. Maybe Sunday night, maybe Monday morning. Hopefully Sunday night for most people. But yeah, who watched the exciting final? I mean, it's like Sarah and I got snacks. We got some drinks. We got, we were all ready for it.
We had a party. What can we say?
There was a pre-show. I missed it. Tori Kelly apparently was there. I missed her.
Ugh, she's so good. I love Tori Kelly. So I'm sad I missed it. I had set a reminder for myself, and I still missed it.
Yeah. There was a pre-show on CBS.com. I caught some of it. It was exciting because they had some interviews. Melissa Etheridge on the pre-show. She sang the national anthem. So it was a big party. I mean, it always is a big party for the NWSL championship in Kansas City. But so exciting. Obviously, Sarah and I going into the game, we're rooting for Orlando Pride. I think a lot of people were, and actually a couple people, I saw a lot of comments. Can I root for Spirit but root for MARTA at the same time? I'm rooting for Spirit, but I'm also rooting for MARTA. And also to know the way the seeding worked. Pride was seeded first, then Spirit was seeded second, and then all the other teams who were seeded below them, everyone was eliminated how they say, like the way they should have been, in order. There was no upsets, and I kind of like that there is no upsets, but it always is fun when there is upsets.
I'm a fan of surprises, so I would be okay with a few surprises.
Yeah. But realistically, no surprises in this game. There was only one goal, and we're not really going to go for much of the game. I mean, there was one goal. There was points in this game I thought, Spirit's not backing down. They have a good chance at winning this game. Actually, in the first 5 minutes, though, I don't know if this was a precursor of things, but Trinity Rodman, it looked like her contact had fallen out or something.
Had something in her eye.
Yeah. And remember last year when Pino went down within like the first 3 minutes or first 5 minutes and that she was out? And I was like, oh my God, are we going to have a repeat of a Pino situation?
Oh no, the beginning of games, they're cursed.
But, Washington Spirit, to their credit, really fought. They came out hot. No goals. Both goalkeepers had some really good goal saves throughout the game. Also, the crowd, it seemed like the crowd was a bit more Washington heavy than Orlando heavy. The Washington fans were loud. They were there. So that was exciting to see.
They were yelling. They were booing. They were chanting. They were doing everything.
But Washington had Orlando on the ropes from the very beginning. Kawasi was very close. And this was a little bit farther after the goal. We're going to get to the goal because the goal, I don't want to say was controversial, but it kind of was controversial a little bit. And then in the 43rd minute, Ashley Hatch hit the goal post. It was so close. Sarah and I were screaming right to the right of the goal. So Washington Spirit came very close to scoring. But I guess we'll talk about the goal now. Because in the 37th minute, I said this on a video before, anytime Barbara BANDA has the ball or gets past the ball, I assume she's going to score. Mm-hmm. Does that happen every time? No, but it's just like, that's what she does. Barbara BANDA scores goals. She's amazing. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, she's dangerous in the best way possible.
Yes. 37th minute. Barbara BANDA scored. The goal was not the controversial part. The goal looked a beautiful goal.
Yeah, it went right past Aubrey Kingsbury's leg. Just slid right in there.
It almost looked like she didn't see the ball until the very last minute, because if she would have lowered her leg a little bit, but most sports are a game of inches, millimeters really. But in the buildup of that goal, something happened. There was a bit of a shove from Angelina, and she shoved Lacey Santos, and that was the build up to the goal. And a lot of people thought at that moment the goal should have been called back. I mean, I'll play it on the screen. It was pretty clear. Angelina pushes her 2 hands. It was pretty clear. And that led up to the goal by BANDA. And a lot of people are saying, especially Spirit fans, because obviously that's their team, but people are saying that goal should have never counted because that was a foul and it should not have been able to be allowed. Then they let the goal stand. The VAR check was not very long. You know, sometimes they do VAR checks and they're pretty long. This VAR check was not that long. They let the goal stand. And Christina Unkel came on. And what Christina Unkel said was, she said there was no clear and obvious error. Basically, she said VAR checked. Also, there was some controversy saying VAR didn't check. VAR, what they said here is VAR always checks. Even if you don't know that they're checking, they're always checking.
Maybe VAR took a nap. Maybe.
Maybe. But they said VAR checked and that there was no clear and obvious error and that the goal should stand because that would not constitute them to bring back the goal. I believe she called it like a simple foul or something. I'm not exactly quite sure on what they said, but I guess my other question is if Alyssa Nichols, who was the head ref, could she have called it before it even went to VAR? So should she have called it even before then instead of the whole take back the goal? So there is a lot going on, but in terms of VAR checking it, they did check it. And so Christina Unkel said it was a proper goal check by the VAR, and that Christine Unkel, the rules analyst, agreed. Although, yes, maybe it was a foul, there's no rise to bring back the goal. And that's what they said. Obviously, this was the goal. This was the most important part of the game. But also, throughout the game, there was instances where I think Washington fans thought that the ref was favoring Orlando. We're going to read some comments in a second. But not only did fans think that, Trinity Rodman also had a comment about it, which is a little surprising only because you always have to be careful what you say about refs because I know there's fines and there's a lot of rules. But she had a comment. Sarah's going to read Trinity's comment. And like I said, this isn't necessarily about this goal. The goal was a bit controversial, but there was some other decisions throughout the game that some people thought were biased toward Orlando. But here's the quote.
So Trinity Rodman said this: "I don't want to say no comment, but I think she was a lot more receptive to hearing the Orlando Pride talk than us. So again, a ref's going to do what they're going to do, but I don't think she was going to hear what we had to say."
You know, I saw comments around the web saying it's not the ref's job to listen to the players. The ref's job is to make the calls what they see on the field. But a lot of people a lot of people had a lot to say about the goal in particular because it was a 1-0 game. And a lot of people thought that the ref was just favoring Orlando. You know, is there some type of conspiracy? It's Marta's possibly last game. I mean, I don't think so. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. So they want to this is for ratings to give this to Marta. I mean, do you think there's any part of that? Or do you think that has happened in the past? Refs conspire.
This world is pretty wild, so wouldn't surprise me, wouldn't shock me. But I don't think that happened. But also, I think Orlando is such a solid, strong team that I think they were going to win regardless. Like, I didn't think they were losing.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I think Orlando was the better team, the tougher team today and throughout the season. But to have a little bit extra of a help, possibly, I don't think they did, but some people might think, some people have put that. I'll read some comments. Are we sure that these refs don't have any biases? Then someone goes, enjoy your tainted trophy, Pride. That was the worst ref I've ever seen. Then someone goes, that ref was really bad. Insane season. Okay, and someone goes, insane season for the Pride, but what a shame. So many fouls seem to be missed. Refs sold the game so unfair. Easy win for Pride when they have 12 on the field.
Don't come at my girl Alyssa Nichols like that, okay?
Yeah, I like Alyssa Nichols. I actually think she's a really good ref. I think she's seemingly fair. I like Alyssa Nichols, and I know there's always going to be comments about the refs. I mean, how many videos have you and I done that the refs seem to be the story? Literally, give the ref a Pride jersey. What a joke. It really should have been Spirit versus everyone, including the refs. We love you, Spirit. Heads high. And then so a lot of comments, and because that's kind of, To be honest, that's kind of like the big moment of the game in some ways, because remember last year with the Gotham versus Reign, there was so many aspects of that game. Pino going down, Pino and Krieger's last game, Neely Martin being the goalie, red cards. This game last night really wasn't too exciting. So this is kind of the story other than Pride and Marta winning. So yes, we're spending a lot of time on it, but that was kind of the big story of the game. The reffing and the goal.
Controversial.
Someone goes, a 2-arm push to the face is allowed. You can now raise your arm to a player's face. Unkel's explanation on the foul in the buildup to Orlando's goal sounded like a long-winded rambling excuse. And then this person says, no VAR review is a farce. And that's where I think a lot of people thought there wasn't a VAR review, and there was. But remember, the VAR review is also a person checking it. There's a VAR ref. So yeah, someone goes, hot take, the ref's job is not to listen to the players, what they have to say, talking about what Trin said. I mean, to be honest, I think Orlando Pride was winning that game no matter what. I think that goal should have stayed. I think it still should have counted. Now, people might disagree with me, or people might disagree with the refs, but that was kind of the big story. And Trin let it know she wasn't happy with a lot of the calls. But I don't know. I still think Orlando Pride played such a good game. That Barbara BANDA goal was so beautiful. I mean, if that goal wasn't allowed, it would have been sad. But it was such a great goal. Orlando Pride played really well, and I'm so happy for them.
I'm curious to know how many times the refs actually take what the players say, like, seriously or into consideration, right, and like that overturns a call, or it changes their minds.
Good game, even in the second half. Although Washington Spirit was down at the very end, Washington Spirit, even like in the 84th minute, there was a play where like 3 balls were blocked by Orlando. The Spirit came so close to scoring a couple times. Yeah, I have my notes. 3 balls in a row were denied by Orlando. So that was close. I mean, Spirit, I thought till the very end they might tie this. And I didn't necessarily want that, but I did want an exciting game. And it was like, was it the most exciting game? No. But to be honest, though, if I were a Spirit fan, I probably would be frustrated if I were a Spirit fan, because you go hard for your team. You know what I mean?
Oh, if this happened and it was Gotham, I'd be, I don't know. There would be a lot of broken furniture around me.
I would have written a strongly worded letter to the NWSL.
I would have been smashing things.
Yeah. So I get it as a Spirit fan. If I was a hardcore Spirit fan, and at the very end, I'll show Trin. I think she got hurt at the very end, and she was on the ground after the whistle blew, and then she did this.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, because I don't know, because everyone was frustrated, and there was a lot of Spirit tears. I saw Casey Kruger crying and Ashley Hatch, but good game, 1-0. I don't think I saw a lot of the players being interviewed about the goal, what they thought the final score was going to be. A lot of people were saying 3-0 Orlando, 3-1 Orlando, 2-0 Washington. No one guessed it 1-0 Orlando. I thought Spirit was going to score at least 1 goal, but I'm so pumped for Orlando. Also, Marta's mom was their first time ever.
I was gonna say, let's cut to the real story. Okay. Yeah. This is Marta. This is Marta's moment.
Yes.
And her mom.
Her mom was there for the first time ever. First of all, first time ever in the United States. Secondly, first time ever seeing her play in the United States. She was crying, and Sara started crying when she saw Marta's mom cry.
No, I didn't. I was tired. I don't know what you're talking about.
Her mom was so excited, and they said on the broadcast she was all wrapped up like in a lot of jackets, because she's not used to cold. It wasn't too cold, but coming from Brazil, it was 90 degrees in Brazil, and she was cold. Marta, Orlando Pride, they used to be the last in the league. I mean, for many years, and to come win the Shield. And Marta goes, I've been here for 8 years. And then what was your favorite moment of the night, Sara?
Oh, just when Marta dropped that F-bomb on live television and they didn't bleep it.
It was pretty iconic. We were screaming. She dropped the F-bomb. And also Lori Lindsay looking for Marta to interview her. That was actually pretty funny.
Oh, yeah. She was like, where's Marta? And she's literally right next to her.
That was really good. So super excited for Marta. Will this be her last game? Will she retire? It's hard to say she's going to retire when she's playing 90 minutes, looking so good. Some of her footwork out there, I was just rewatching some of the game. Incredible.
Yeah, never retire. Because honestly, she could go until she's 50.
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
Yeah, I mean, really can. And then, what a year for her. They did win the silver medal at the Olympics, Brazil, even though silver is kind of one of the harder medals to win, but silver medal at the Olympics, come win the NWSL championship, get engaged to Carrie, her beautiful fiance.
And the shield. You forgot the shield.
And there's so many things. And the shield.
Wow, 2024 is shaping up to be her year.
Yeah. And it's like, do you want to go out on that high if she did retire? It's like, do you want to go out on the high, or do you want to say,
or does she crave more? Does she want more?
But that is the story. So I'm so excited for Pride and Marta and the whole team. They have such a great team down there. And also Washington Spirit. I do feel bad for Washington Spirit. And but I do, and they came so close. We will see what happens next season. Congratulations to Orlando Pride and to Marta. And yeah, super exciting, fun game. Oh, and I'll put them on the screen. A lot of great comments. We talked a lot about the controversial goal. Orlando definitely deserved it, and so many praise for Orlando. So, and a lot of people are talking about the way Seb Hines does his formation. It's a bit different than a lot of other teams, and a lot of people are saying more teams should maybe low block Orlando Pride, or maybe they should adapt to that same formation that Seb has been doing. So they're reinventing things every day. Questions, comments down below. What does everyone think? Congratulations, and yeah, NWSL. We will see you next year. Next big game is the USA versus England, which is an international game, obviously, but we will be excited for that. But yeah, congratulations. We'll talk to everyone later. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.